Welcome to the real life show, Living with a Chronic Illness. We are your hosts, Cassie and Chelsea. I'm Cassie, a single mom living with a chronic illness who is extremely passionate about living a full and happy life.
And I'm Chelsea, a mindset coach that has a passion for helping people learn to put themselves first and be the best version of themselves each and every day.
We came together to create Spoonies Unite, an uplifting community that offers resources, guidance, and support so you can live your best life while giving you the space to be yourself, be heard, and feel understood. We hope that by providing education from experts, we help Spoonies and their loved ones thrive.
This show is not only for those who live with a chronic illness, but their friends, family, spouses, and just anyone else existing on the earth. Our goal is to normalizing having a chronic illness by sharing the real stories with real people and show the world how relatable those everyday struggles can be. There's a little something in here for everyone.
And of course, thank you to our patrons for your continued support making this possible. If you love our show and want to get some extra goodies, go to patreon.com/TheRealSpooniesUnite. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of the Real Life Show, Living with a Chronic Illness. We are on day 16 of our 21-day journey through our Mastering Energy Management Workbook. And if you are just joining us, maybe go back a couple episodes. You can check out the workbook on Amazon. There's a paperback copy as well as a Kindle copy. Just a reminder that 10% of all of our proceeds, everything that we make, well, in our company period, as well as for this workbook, goes to our nonprofit, Spoonies Unite, which as soon as it officially gets set up and gets the paperwork through the U.S. government, goes towards helping Spoonies pay for wellness care that may or may not be covered fully by their insurance so they can live their best life.
Mm-hmm.
So today's question, again, you go through all your daily stuff, but today's specific question makes you go back to your pre-work. So I really hope you did not skip that day.
No,
all right?
Can't skip it. Yeah,
can't skip the pre-work. It's really, really important because we go back to it like we are right now. So in the pre-work, we talked about figuring out what is important to you and why it's important to you. And we want you to take a moment to reflect on, has your why changed over these last 2 weeks? Because we've been kind of getting you to think a little bit differently about yourself and your life. So we want to check in. Has anything changed? And then how are you showing these priorities in your life? So if you're saying that you're doing this workbook because you want to stop being a workaholic like me, are you actually taking those steps to make that happen? Why or why not? Reflect on that. Why are you just going through the motions of this? And if you are, just why do you feel like you're just checking off the box of getting this done? Or are you really taking the time to dive in deep and reflect on your energy usage, what's going on in your life, and how to make that better?
Yeah. Make sure that you're doing those things. So funnily enough, I wrote on mine because I think I was having like a bad day that day. Oh yeah. This was a bad day for me. I was having a lot of pain and I was like having a lot of cramping and a lot of bowel movement. So I took medication. So I was like not doing good. So I was definitely getting down on myself. And I wrote that this hasn't really changed for me. I still desperately want to make more of a living working from home so that I have more flexibility with my time and my energy. And so that I can do all the things with my son that I want to do. And so that I don't have to feel guilty when I'm like canceling on clients or rescheduling clients. Because I think that week I'd made a lot of rescheduling and canceling and I was feeling really guilty about it. So it's funny because I definitely like got down on myself writing here, but upon reflecting back now, I obviously was making changes and was showing up these priorities in my life because I'd started working out every day and like some other things like that. So that's kind of funny. I was in a funk in my mindset, but looking back on it, I actually was making some actionable changes. I gave myself freedom for sleeping a little bit later. Like I said, I was working out each day. So those were the ways that I actually did implement the things from the pre-work and what my perfect day looked like and what's important to me and how things have changed. But that day I was down on myself and clearly couldn't see it. What about you, Chelsea?
I just want to say that I think that's a good reminder that sometimes you're too in it that day to see the overall, which is why this is a 3-week workbook, because we want you to have time to see the patterns and just to notice those differences. Because you might have a bad day. And I kind of was looking at the answer that I put down, and my why was still the same. I have done a lot of work over the past year and a half on what my why is, what my values are, what's important to me. And so that's something that is probably not going to change a whole lot, especially in a short period of time, just because I've already done that work. But I did kind of notice, I'm like, well, maybe I'm not doing as good of a job as I could about setting the boundaries that I say that I set. Or I guess I should say following through with the boundaries I'll say that I'll set. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop working at 6:00. 2 hours later, still working. Because I'm like, but I want to. Not thinking that, well, if I don't take a little bit of a break, then I am going to get burnt out. So, and at that point in time, I was dealing with a little bit of burnout from way overdoing it the week before. So, yeah, but kind of take a step back, and even if you're maybe not feeling so hot that day, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you just wasted time or you're not making any progress. Like, it's okay to have a bad day. Don't stress about it. All right, everyone. Well, we're just going to keep chugging along. Again, reach out to us with your questions, comments, breakthroughs that you've had. We would love to hear about how this has been impacting your life. So let us know. Reach out to us on social media or through our email. And we will see you. We will be in your ears tomorrow for our next episode.
Day 17.
Whoop.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please write us a review to help us reach more people like you.
If you'd like to connect with Cassie and I, you can find us on Instagram at The Real Spoonies Unite. You can also join our private Facebook community, Spoonies Unite, or you can visit our website, therealspooniesunite.com, for all sorts of resources and to stay up to date with our current projects. And don't worry, you can find all of these links in the show notes below.
Thank you to our wonderful Spoonie patrons for all your support, and you can become one too. That's right. All you have to do is go on over to patreon.com/therealspooniesunite, and you can get all sorts of extra goodies like videos of our episodes and more.
Any support is greatly appreciated. It helps enable us to create more content for all of you, as well as make this podcast sound better and better. Thanks for listening. We can't wait to be back in your ears soon.